Hi there, I am Suzanne with Healing Messages from Spirit. This is my first YouTube video. I am offering tarot card readings for the week of December 2nd. So, if you can see, there are 3 piles of cards. One is covered with a malachite crystal. One is covered with a purple amethyst. And one has a rose quartz. What I would like you to do is just take a few moments and then choose a deck that you are drawn to. We are going to call the green deck, or the pile with the green, the malachite crystal is deck number 1. Purple amethyst is deck number 2, and the rose quartz crystal is deck number 3. So again, green stone, deck number 1, purple stone, deck number 2, and rose quartz or the pink stone, deck number 3. As I said, this is my first time doing this, so this video may not be great, but I still feel that no matter what, you will get a message that you can relate to and carry with you for this coming week of December 2nd. I have grounded and centered myself and called in my spirit guides to aid me in doing this reading. And I'm hoping that whichever deck you're drawn to, that you can definitely relate to. I will have a description of this reading. I will also have a drawing for subscribers. So, if you can comment that you subscribed to my video or to my channel and watched my video, to a drawing to receive a free tarot reading. This is something I just wanted to try, just to see if everybody likes it. I do Facebook Live, off and on, but I've never done a video quite this way. So again, I hope it is good quality. If you have any comments, constructive criticism, leave it in the comments. And there you go. So again, I'll point out again, we have deck number 1, deck number 2, and deck number 3. So I'm going to move the other decks out of the way for a moment. And we're going to begin with deck number 1, which had the green stone on it. I'm going to move that aside. So what we are looking for, I have pulled enough cards to look at 3 different scenarios for the week coming up. So we'll pull the cards, and at the end of each section there will be an angel guidance card from Doreen Virtue's Angel Therapy Oracle cards. So I thought I would just add that in, and we'll see if it relates to the reading. So I'm anxious myself to see what the cards have to say. So for those of you who chose deck number 1, that was with the green stone, let's see what we have. All right. Okay, so we have the Power card, Clarity of Belief, Universe card, Giving and Receiving, Foundation and Achievements, and the good old Death card, which, as we know, is not a negative thing. Okay, so let's start here. Let me look here at the cards. Okay. You know, for at least those of us in the U.S., Thanksgiving just passed, and that's a time when we're supposed to be thankful for all that we have, grateful for people in our lives, roofs over our head, you know, that sort of thing. I feel that does bring that joy into that holiday. And if you're not in the United States, just in general, the energy going forward into next week is one of empowerment. You may feel a little more empowered. You may be like, okay, beginning of a new month, it's time for me to really see what I can do towards my own goals, projects, your jobs. So let's see here. The Power card. This is a card of leadership. This is a card of being in charge. This is also a card of control. When this card comes up, what it is asking you to do is to step into your power, basically, to feel that empowerment, to feel that that you can do anything that you're setting your mind to. This card, you know, will give you a lot of energy going forward this week, and it's saying that you want to finish that project, you want to move forward, you want to have a positive result. This week is a week to really give it all you got. The card that came with it is this clarity of belief. Now this card, clarity of belief, what it's basically saying is maybe for those of us that had Thanksgiving or not, regardless, that this power is coming from this clarity of belief that we can do whatever we set our minds to going forward this week. It's giving us that little bit of oomph to really try to make a difference this week, no matter what it's in, relationships, careers, or even our own personal things, trying to be just to be more positive, trying to work on self-love, self-worth. So great week for that. Now, in the decks I use, by the way, I use John Holland's decks to do all of my readings, basically. He is my favorite. I've used his decks for years. So the next card we have here is the Universe card. In the Rider-Waite deck, which is a very popular card deck, it is the World card. So this card, when it comes up, brings a lot of good luck and good fortune. It says you've completed a cycle. It's time to move forward now onto the next cycle. And it is going to be met with the same positivity that you just had. So going forward, and it makes sense that this Universe card follows the Power card, because we're heading into a week of you feeling empowered, getting things done, having that control and determination and willpower to get things done. And this card is saying, do it. Yes. You know why? Because you're going to have that good luck and good fortune. I feel that this card came with the Universe card. It's called Giving and Receiving. We always want to try to have an even exchange of energy with the people in our lives. So this is saying, you know what, you've got all this power, this determination going forward, but don't make it all about yourself. Don't forget to do a little giving, and in return you'll receive. So again, trying to find that balance. And I feel this is a lot with relationships and with work. You give effort, you'll get effort in return. So again, we have going forward, have that power coming into this week to accomplish the things you want to get done or to start new projects. The Universe, again, is like the World card. It's saying you've just come out of a great cycle. Let's go right back in. And remember to have that balance going forward of being able to give and receive. Don't make it all about yourself. And the last card here for this message is Foundation and Achievements. Now this card, if you look at it, and hopefully you can see it, it has a house and a family standing out in front of it. This card is saying, and if you look, they're looking at their house, there's a rainbow over it. We've come so far, we've got that foundation, we're happy. It's time to enjoy the fruits of our labor. It's time to enjoy all of that hard work. So I feel as though, and then we have the Death card that comes with it. Now, if you know, death in the Rider-Waite. Death often indicates a new beginning, a cycle that has ended, and now you're moving forward, change, that sort of thing. So in general here, the message is that basically start of a new month, going forward, you are or should feel empowered. You should already have this feeling. If this is the deck you chose, you hopefully are saying to yourself, yes, this is exactly how I feel. I'm going into this week coming up with the attitude of I'm going to get stuff done. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to find balance. And you know what? Because it's time. I've done the hard work. I've definitely earned it. And now it's time to enjoy the result of all that hard work. And the Death card, end of a cycle, beginning of a new one. So this week, this month, definitely a new chance for you to begin new projects, begin new ways of thinking, to feel empowered, and to have that determination. Because if you do, as the universe card says, you're going to have good luck and good fortune. So looking at now the angel message that would go with this is perfect. You can see Archangel Michael. As you know, he's the protective archangel. It says here, you're working very closely with this powerful archangel who's protecting you and guiding you through this situation. So definitely, we're starting new cycles, starting new projects. We're determined. We have a positive mindset, and we're going to have good outcomes. It's a start of something good and new. And Archangel Michael is going to be there with you every step of the way. So that's the first message I have from this deck. So we'll move on now to the next message. Okay. We have, and if you hear my dogs in the background, they have a mind of their own. So you might hear a little bit of barking. So I apologize in advance. All right, our first card here is emotional withdrawal, paired with balance. Next card, trapped in fear, paired with love abounds. Third card here is spiritual union, paired with open up. So this is interesting. Okay, this message is definitely about relationships and love. Relationships can be a friendship, a relationship with a family member, a relationship with a coworker, but I really feel as though this is about a love relationship. Okay, so let's take a look. The first card we have is emotional withdrawal. This week you may be feeling as though I need time to myself. As I always call it, this is the card of I'm going to retreat into my turtle shell and just give myself some time. If you are in a relationship, this might be seen to your partner as you shutting down, you not willing to talk, and you just need to let them know that they need to give you a little bit of space. Again, this is retreating into your shell and just taking time to really be with your emotions, your thoughts, your feelings. Even though it says emotional withdrawal, and some people may view it as not a good thing to do this, we all do it. We all need space and time when we're going through things within a relationship. What came with that? The card that comes with it is balance. Now, I know I just talked about the last message, but it seems to be carrying over into this one as well. You see the balance here? There's a man and a woman on this card. Hopefully you can see that. Lift it up a little bit. If you're in a relationship that is having, and no matter how long you're in a relationship, all relationships will experience this. We all have times when either something is going on with ourselves personally, something's going on within the relationship, or both. And it's just learning how each other works, what we need, working on communication, and just, again, this is saying finding that balance. So if you have a partner that has withdrawn a little bit, maybe let them know, just give me a little bit of time. I'm just not myself. I'm going through something. We'll talk about it soon. If it's the other way around and it's, them going through it, you'll know from this message that you just need to give them a little space and time. Again, finding that balance. You don't want to badger them because then it turns into an argument, etc. And this is hard to do. It's hard for me to do. But this message is telling you to try. The next card was Trapped in Fear. Now, this is interesting because although we're going to try this coming up in the following week, giving our partner or giving ourselves that time and space to process, we have this card, Trapped in Fear, which says, no matter what I do, nothing ever seems to change. I'm never going to have the relationship I want. We're never going to be able to work out our differences. I don't know what this person wants from me. It says a lot, but basically it's things of not negativity, just feeling at a loss, I guess you would say. And that happens. No matter how hard we try, if we're in a great relationship, this still happens every once in a while. So what this is telling you is that just because this is going on, the needing of time and space, that this can still be in the back of your mind, feeling as though, okay, I asked my partner for time and space, are they going to honor that? Are they going to be mad? Are they going to think something? And vice versa, the other way around. The card that came with it, though, actually gives it a little bit of a positive spin. This Love Abounds card. What it is saying is, remember, there's love there. Look at this green heart on here. Green, I always relate to the heart chakra. So this, for me, says two things. When we're going through this coming week, a couple things. We can take the time to really look at our own heart chakra. What kind of thoughts and feelings or past hurts, what are we holding on to here that really doesn't serve us anymore? If you're giving your partner some time and space to process, take that time for yourself and work on your own stuff, because when you are more positive, then your partner will become more positive. I call it like the trickle-down effect. It's very true. It happens. So even though you're having this feeling of it's never going to change, what am I going to do? Know that there's still the love there. And it's telling you to recognize the love there between you two. The care, the passion, the love, the emotion, the feeling, but also take a little bit of time to work on yourself, because that's very important. So your self-love. What we have here, next message that goes along with relationship this week, your relationship. Spiritual union. Now this card in my deck is a marriage card. So this would say married couple. Could also be a couple in a committed relationship. It could even be a brand new relationship that is really shows a lot of promise. But this shows a commitment, a combining of two people. You see the two people here. So definitely this group of cards and the message for this is saying that I feel it's definitely about a love relationship this week. Now, it could be about a close relationship with a family member or best friend, something you're really trying to work on, give them space, that sort of thing. Because, we love our family members, we can love our friends. But I truly feel like this is definitely about our love relationship this week. The card that comes with this is Open Up. This is telling you, you know what? You've given them time. You guys have decided, okay, just give me some time. We'll talk about later in the week. You've had all these feelings all week, but you've yet decided to work on your own self-love a bit And now you're coming together towards the end of the week, and you're able to open up. Open up is a card about communication, and that is key in any relationship, because if you don't talk, you don't get anywhere. You don't know how the other person feels, and that's really, really important when it comes to relationships. So this is saying, are you going to have a terrible week relationship-wise? No. It could just be one or both of you is having a disagreement or not sure how to handle a situation, and you just really need to give yourself time, give each other time, and then towards the end of the week, kind of open up and talk about it and see what comes of it. Now let's look at the angel message. Okay, this is a good one. I don't know if you can see it here. It's called Shield Yourself, and I'll read what it says. Shield yourself. It says protect yourself from harsh or fear-based energies by envisioning a cocoon of healing light surrounding you. I think this is important because if you are having a hard time in a relationship, say there is a lot of arguing, and you've come to the point this week where you've decided to give yourselves some space and time, and you've decided to work on yourself during this time. This is saying it is okay to kind of put yourself in that white light, that bubble of white light. Protect yourself, nurture yourself, love yourself. And it's going to shield yourself from, hopefully, these self-limiting beliefs. And it's going to allow you, again, this time to shed what no longer serves you so that you can move forward. So I hope that resonates with you as well. So now we'll move on to the third message for you guys this week. And again, I'm still reading deck number 1, which was the Greenstone. All right, so what do we have here? Okay, discontent and boredom, followed with observe. Very interesting. We have the Patience card paired with manifest. Very interesting. We have rest and rejuvenate paired with find balance. Now we've had a balance card in all 3 messages, so it is important that you work on balance in all areas of your life this week. Okay, so let's start. Discontent and boredom. This is often a card of, and if you can see it, I mean, it sounds kind of negative, discontent, unhappiness, and bored. I like to call it a card of stagnancy. So as you can see in the card, the guy has his back turned, and way out in the distance, there's a castle. It's almost as though he's being impatient. Nothing's happening like he wants it to at this time. Things aren't moving forward. So you may get anxiety. You may, always hate to use the word negative, but you may pick up on some heavy feelings, and just the situation is bringing you down. So this is often a card, again, of anxiety and stagnancy. Now, looking at all the cards, I want to say this message is going to be about creating what it is you want in your life. So this could be, I feel, for a lot of you, is going to be either switching career or new job, asking for a raise, wanting that promotion. I feel heavily about career, money, being able to do more things with your, with your life, that sort of thing. So basically this card is saying, yes, you know what? Things have been stagnant. You may not be too happy about that. You may be impatient. But the card that came with it is observe. A lot of times during stagnancy or time periods when there's nothing going on with a specific goal, say, for example, you're looking to buy a house and nothing is appealing to you. You look at 10 houses and you don't like any of them. This is saying observe. You don't have to find a house right this second. Those 10 houses maybe were not for you. You will know when the time comes, when the perfect house comes, when the answer to the question is there, all of those things. So this card is saying, during this time of stagnancy, just observe. Ask the universe, what do I need to know that will help me in this situation going forward? This is a great time to meditate with your spirit guide. Ask them. Ask your main guide to give me some guidance. Give me, 3 steps going forward. What can I do? So there's that. Next card here is patience paired with manifest. This is interesting because the patience card, if you can see it here, the woman has planted a seed. I know it's kind of glary. Oh, there we go. Planted a seed, and you see the wonderful flower growing out of it. But basically, this card is saying, be patient. Good things come to those who wait. Now is not the time. So you see we have kind of a theme going here. Stagnancy, but be patient. So again, we're in a time where nothing's happening the way we want it to. That new job's not coming. That raise isn't coming. Maybe for a lot of us, that perfect relationship we're not in. We're looking for that perfect somebody. It can be a lot of things. So you can see how this relates to your own life. And it should ring a bell in your head like, yep, that's what she's talking about. The card that came with it was manifest. And this is true. You can manifest whatever it is that you want in your life. So you want the perfect person, talk to your guides, manifest. You want a better job, more money, promotion, manifest. So that's kind of what's going on behind the scenes. So you're observing and you're manifesting what it is that you want. And when you do so, that's when it's going to come. So while you're being patient and things are stagnant, you're manifesting and observing. I think that's very important. I think a lot of people just think, nothing's happening, I'm tired of being patient, oh, it's never going to happen. That's not true. So you have to be positive, positive. Third message here is rest and rejuvenate, which is interesting. And the card that's paired with it is find balance. So when the rest and rejuvenate card basically says, now is the time to take a break. House hunting, take a break. Tired of dating 15 different people, not getting anywhere? Take a break. Tired of looking for a new job or investigating about that career you really want to get into? Take a break. So it's telling you it's time to rest and rejuvenate. And the card that came with it is find balance. So here we go again with that whole finding balance. And you can see the theme here. We have all the stagnant time. We're going to be patient. So during this time, I'm going to rest and rejuvenate. I'm going to reevaluate my goals, maybe make a vision board. We're doing all this manifesting and observing. We can talk to our friends, get their opinions. But overall, whatever it is you're working towards, you have to have that balance. And when this says find balance, and you can see there's little different areas of balance on here. Balance of your time. Are you spending your time the way you want? Do you have time for friends and family? Do you have time for your career? Do you have time for your personal goals like exercise? Do you have time to walk your dogs? Do you have time to take a nap on the weekend? So, again, this message is saying this week is a time of, things may not get accomplished this week with that one thing you've really been working on, but take some time to observe and manifest. Be patient. Rejuvenate and find that balance. So with the 3 messages, again, we have this one. The last one was about relationships and giving people time and working on ourselves and working on self-love. And then the first message was about feeling empowered and going into this week with positivity. Almost forgot. The angel card for this one. Interesting. It's the vegan vegetarian card. And this one says, fresh organic fruits and vegetables give you a boost of high life force energy, which can elevate your spiritual frequency. So if you can't relate to exactly what that says, I just think that says, while you're working on yourself, rejuvenating, giving yourself some time, manifesting and observing. Also, eat right as well. Feed your body well. Nourish your body. You'll feel better, and therefore you'll feel more positive and optimistic going forward. So, again, that was deck 1. I hope you can resonate with this. I ask you to, comment below your thoughts and feelings on whether you did that. And now I will move on to deck number 2. Deck number 2 was the purple stone, the amethyst. So let's begin there. So again, I'm on deck number 2, which was the purple stone. So let's see what this week has in store for you. Okay. All right, let's see what we got. First card, positive movement forward, paired with simply love. Next card, third eye chakra, paired with, interesting, throat chakra. Sorry, I have itchy nose. And then the third one is rejoice and celebration, paired with blossom. Okay. So looking at what we have here, let me just take a look. Okay. Okay, I feel as though this first message, we're talking about relationship with family. I even feel it could be directly like relationship with your children. Maybe you have a younger child that you're struggling with, not sure what to do. Maybe you have an older child that you're struggling with, not sure what to do. And you want to, we're going to look at what's to come this week with that. Or just family in general. As a parent, as a sister, brother, we're always trying to show that love and appreciation for others in our family. Okay, so let's see. All right, so the first card we have here is positive movement forward. Basically, what this card is saying is that this week you're going to see positivity. Things are going to move forward in a positive manner. So if you are struggling with a child, like I said, or struggling in a relationship with somebody in your family, our friends can also be our family as well. I feel as though you're going to see some positive changes this week. Any of these relationships are based on love and care, and this card, Simply Love, says that. It shows here a man with a little boy. So be a father and son. It could be two brothers. It could be an uncle and a nephew, whatever you want to, however this relates to you. It could be an aunt and a niece as well. Just doesn't, because there's a man doesn't mean it's a man. It's the message behind the card. So it's saying, what? You're going to see some positive movement forward this week because there's love there. There's care there. You want this to work. You want to be able to make positive changes. You want this other person to benefit or to feel better or to be able to help them in some way. Now, the next part of this message I feel is the most important. So I'm going to move these aside. We have the two chakras here. We have third eye chakra, which is, our third eye is here. It's our intuition. The other card here is the throat chakra. Throat chakra is here. The card of communication. So what it is saying is, when it comes to the relationship that you're working on, and again, I feel it is with a child, with another family member, or it could even be a best friend. It's saying, what? Follow your gut. You've been getting all these intuitive thoughts and feelings. Your guides are talking to you, telling you, you know what, try this with them this week, try this approach. It's not going to hurt. You have to listen to your gut. You can't second guess. Your gut's not going to steer you wrong ever. Your intuition's never going to steer you in the wrong direction. The throat chakra. So you're getting these gut impressions from your intuition, and now you're going to go forward and you're going to communicate them. So communication is key this week when it comes to this relationship or relationships that you are working on. So you're going to see this positive movement forward. So whatever changes are made are going to be good ones. And that's because you're going to follow your gut and use your communication or your words to get your point across. It doesn't have to be in a harsh way. It can be in a gentle, loving way, basically giving them advice, suggesting something to do or try, just because you simply love them. So all those things that have been on your mind, all the things your intuition's been telling you to do and try, this is the week to open up and do that using your communication, and that's key. So you speak, let them speak. Have this great communication or conversation going between you two. I think you're going to find it to be very positive. But again, it's all led by your intuition. Follow your gut. Third part of the message here, rejoice in celebration. So this says, you know what? When you do these things, you're going to have a positive response, a very positive one that you're going to rejoice in celebration about. You're going to be like, I'm so glad we tried this. It worked. I'm so glad we talked. We've cleared the air and now we can move forward. Tons of happiness. Tons of happiness. You've cleared the air. And that's where this card comes in, this blossom card. You can see she's kind of holding like this ball of light, fireball. And, you know, this is what's blossoming now from all of your efforts. This rejoicing and celebration. This good things to come now. Good things going forward. And you're really going to feel good about how things went this week. Whether it be you talk to your son's teacher at school and you guys have a plan. You talk to your son or daughter about whatever the situation or issue is, and you've come to a couple things to try going forward. Or even a family member, you know, holidays, we're in the midst of the holidays here. Let's try to work on things so that we can enjoy the holidays and really come together and show appreciation and love for one another. So this week will be the time, a good time to do that, most definitely. So what's the angel message that goes with this? Okay. It is the Earth Angel card. What it says, you are a light worker who has come to Earth to teach about love. So if that doesn't resonate with you, because you're saying to yourself, I'm not a light worker, but it says here, has come to Earth to teach about love. This card is about, again, like I said at the very beginning, your love for that person, whether it's your child, a family member, niece, nephew. It's your love that is going to drive things forward this week to get this positive movement, which is going to allow you to really rejoice and celebrate the positive outcomes of things. And everything you're doing is because of love. That's simply love. You're doing it because you love the other person and want to see them thrive. Okay, so that's the first message we get there. Let's go on to the second one. See what we got. All right. We have hope paired with, interesting, helplessness and hopeless. We have material harvest paired with choose your battles, and conflict and defeat paired with feeling alone. This is interesting. So we've already started with the message of working on those relationships that matter to us, seeing what we can do to make them better. I think this next spread is all about the mental and emotional side that you're going to go through during that process of working on those relationships because you love them. Okay, so what we have first, the first two cards, which are interestingly enough, have hope, and the other one was feeling helpless and hopeless. So you're definitely going to struggle between these two because obviously they're opposite cards. So you may be feeling helpless and hopeless about the situation. But what the universe is asking you to do is to have hope. So anytime you get a negative thought, a thought of, why am I bother trying? It's just not going to work out anyways. They're not going to listen to me. You need to follow it up with, okay, what if I have hope in that one sentence I say to them resonates with them and it works? So you have to err on the side of positivity rather than negativity. You have to, because if you don't have hope or positive attitude or optimism going forward with whatever you're working on, it's definitely not going to work because you're going to be in this helpless and hopeless state. So we want to have that hope. We don't want to feel helpless and hopeless. So when you have a negative thought, replace it with a positive thought. And I try to do that as well myself. And it's not easy, but once you start doing it, it almost becomes like a habit. Okay, next to material harvest and choose your battles. Now, I feel these, for some of you, this spread is going to be talking about work and career as well, and money, finances. This is a card of money, even though it says material harvest. I don't know if you can see. No, I'll learn how to use this camera. He's got fruits and coins and money and bags of goodies in front of him, and he feels all this abundance. So this is what you're striving for. So if you are looking at it like a career or job situation this week, wanting that raise or promotion or new job, or we can even look at this card of abundance as an abundance of love for a person, the one that we're trying to work on that relationship with. It can be that as well. The card that came with it was choose your battles. So you know what? You may have this list of things that you need to work on with your child or your partner or your family member, or you may have 3 goals at work that you're trying to accomplish and you just don't seem to be getting anywhere. This says choose your battles. So this would be a good time to meditate, sit with pen and paper, make a list. What's important? What's the main thing that if I could get done, that would make everything so much better? So this is saying choose your battles. Pick which one to tackle first. And that's very important because that's going to lead to having that abundance, whether it be financial, you ask for a raise, promotion, you apply for that promotion finally, or you ask about, are there any other opportunities for me here? Or it's going to be, let me look elsewhere. But again, it goes back to this having hope and not feeling helpless and hopeless, knowing that there is good out there, that you can have a positive outcome going forward. Third set here, conflict and defeat, paired with feeling alone. This whole set here, as you can see in how we've been talking about it, this is all stuff that's going on inside your head. This is not necessarily you talking to somebody, taking those actions. It's about what's going on up here. That self-talk, the overthinking, the worrying that we do. Conflict and defeat says, every time I try, I just don't get anywhere. 2 steps forward, I take 1 back. When is it going to be all positive steps forward? So this definitely is that underlying feeling, how you feel about the situation that's going on, whether it's with work or relationship. And this card that came with it, feeling alone, it also gives us, we do feel alone when this is going on. A lot of us don't like to walk around telling everybody our issues or problems. It's more like they, we prefer to suffer in silence so we don't burden anybody with our issues. And that's what's going on here. So, you're fighting mentally with yourself. But I think the key here is this very first card that we put down, the hope. to trying to remain in that positive mindset is key. This material harvest, the abundance card, whether we said it's money or love, that type of abundance. And then we have here the conflict and defeat card, saying that it's okay if you take 2 steps forward and 1 back. Progress is progress. You need to look at it that way. So this week, it's all about mindset and really working on how you think about things and changing it to a more positive outlook. Choosing your battles, narrowing things down, tackling one issue at a time. You know, a lot of us would get into all these things that are going on. I got 5 things to fix. I need a better job so I can pay the bills, so we can get a better house, so the kids will be happier. And then you go off into this spiral of overthinking. You're not going to be able to fix that in 1 week. So you got to choose your battles. What can I do this week? What little thing can I do this week going forward that's going to jumpstart all of this positivity and hope? Again, this is the main card here. And what's the angel message with this? This is very true. Okay. Emotional sensitivity. It says, honor and respect your deep sensitivity as it is a gift to us all. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's, that's who you are. It's that gentleness that you have. It's okay to show that side of yourself, because those that love you understand this side of you, and they know how loving you are and how you want the best for them and how you want or strive for the best for yourself. So all about that positive mindset and having that hope. All right, let's see what the last message brings us. Again, this is deck 2. It's the purple stone. All right. We have here the shadow card paired with third eye chakra. We have awareness card paired with dedicated effort. Temptation card paired with move, and then we'll go over the angel card at the end. This is interesting. I feel like all 3 messages this week are very much personal and to yourself. They're dealing with relationships and what you want for your life, whether it be work, career, home, that sort of thing. This is all about, this message for you this week, it's all about trying to figure out and separate all those thoughts and feelings going on in your head, and to make a plan of how you can tackle this week coming forward, to where you can see some results. And again, like I said before, it's all about that positive mindset. That is the key that everyone needs to work on. So let's start. Okay, we have the first card was shadow paired with the third eye card. All of us, well, 99.9%, I'm going to say, we don't always follow our guts. We get this gut instinct to do something. We're like, that can't be right. That's not going to work. This negative self-talk that goes on. And I do it myself. This is saying, don't do that. Don't let that negativity seep in. If your gut's telling you to do something, try it. Go for it. Don't doubt the messages you get from your higher self, from your guides, from your intuition. Very important. When you do that, when you follow your gut, you're going to get this awareness. And that was coupled with this dedicated effort. The awareness card says, we possess all the skills and knowledge up here, our intuition, to move forward, make a difference, change, produce change, all in a positive manner, because you know what? We know what we're working with now. We know what we're going to do. It's just time to move forward. And that's the hard part, taking that first step, moving forward. And that's where this dedicated effort card comes in, because it is saying, you know what? You're going to have to apply yourself. You're going to have to give that extra effort. Nothing comes easy for anybody. at least not this week. So the struggle with your following your gut and your intuition, if you can do that, you're going to get this awareness. And with that awareness, you're going to be able to give that positive effort, that dedicated effort. You're going to know this is what I need to do going forward now. But, and there's always a but, this third card, temptation, coupled with move. This says you're going to want to give up. This says you're going to be tempted. Nah, that idea I got, what my gut told me, it's not going to work. I'm not even going to bother trying. This temptation card saying you have to keep going. Don't let things tempt you to give up. Don't let what other people tell you, like, that's not going to work. You know what? No one's opinion matters but your own, because it's ultimately you that is making the choices and decisions to move forward, not anybody else. You can take people's opinions, but ultimately the decision is yours. So do not be tempted to give up. So this week is very much a little bit of a roller coaster for you guys. When it comes with, oh my gosh, how am I going to move forward? How am I going to make these changes? What am I going to do? You're going to follow your gut. You're going to have hope. And you're going to realize that you have the awareness. You have all the tools. You have all the information to make up a plan and at least to start to get things moving this week, which is what this card says. Get things moving. Get things going. And your efforts, not going to be put to waste. I can hear some people now saying, yeah, okay, come this Friday or Saturday coming up, they're going to say, okay, I did what you said and I tried all that, but you know what? It just didn't work. You can't think of it that way. You have to think of it, okay, obstacle and challenge just came in. This idea didn't work. Okay, why not? And now what can I do to go forward? You can't give up. You have to know that obstacles and challenges are put in your way to redirect you onto a better path that's going to have a positive outcome. So that is very important, just to never give up. Let's see what the angel message is for this group. Yeah, interesting. It's called Law of Attraction. A lot of us have heard this. It's Law of Attraction. It says, relationships and activities that you once enjoyed are now changing as you become more sensitive and aware of energies. And that's so true. With this whole week of messages, as you begin to change your mindset about things, becoming hopeful instead of feeling hopeless, and becoming more aware, you're raising your vibration up. You're thinking more positively. And you know what? You're going to have better outcomes. The way you react to things has changed, and that's going to give you a different outcome than maybe if you did nothing and things continued to spin out of control, get worse. So this is saying, as you go through this week, work on your mindset, and you're really going to see that coming out of this next week, you're going to look back and be like, okay, what did I do that worked? What did I do that really didn't work? And you have to keep going forward, keep moving forward, and always trying. So I hope that the message for this week, that you can resonate with it. Again, that was deck 2, the purple stone. So we're going to move on now to the final deck, which was deck 3. And of course, I knocked off the pink stone that was on it. It's on the floor. I'm going to leave it there for now. But this is deck 3. It had the pink stone on it, the rose quartz. So yes, deck 3. Let's see what we have in store for this week if you chose deck 3. All right, first card, solitude, coupled with daydreams and decisions. I'll make sure. Again, mind my camera skills here as I work on some things. Next card here, recognition and reward, coupled with listen. And the third one here, heartache and loss, coupled with reach out. And then we have our angel card we'll do at the end. Okay, let me look here. Okay. I feel this message is a message about changes. So there's something that's going to happen to you this week. A change is going to be made, whether you make the change or the universe makes the change for you. And I feel that this message, first off, is going to give you a little bit of advice on how to handle this change coming. The first card we pulled was the Solitude card. This says you need time to yourself. Solitude. Sitting, meditating, journaling, listening to music, or more practical things and fun things like getting a massage or a manicure, or going out for coffee. Being with yourself, with your thoughts, your emotions, and your feelings. But it's also giving you this, and this is the card that came with it, the daydreams and decisions. It is allowing you, when you have this alone time, to daydream. It's also going to help you make a decision. If you've been struggling making a decision, let's say, for example, going back to school, taking that solitude, that time to yourself, and really being able to process how you feel about it with no outside influences, just you and yourself. It's going to help you to come to that decision to move forward or not. Again, just an example of school, but it could be. I do feel this group of cards can very much relate to career and job. A lot of us may be at a job for 20 years or a week and be like, I don't know, it's not working out for me. After 20 years, maybe it's time for change. And change can be very scary after a long period of time, especially if you want to change your complete career and do something new. So that's why the solitude is so needed. Otherwise, your brain just spins and spins and you overthink, and it doesn't help. So get that solitude this week if you can, even if it's 10 minutes. The next card, recognition and reward. Again, I have a feeling for some this could be about career, or like I said, going back to school, or simply being in a job you just don't really like. Should I start looking for one? What's going to happen? The whole grass is greener. Should I change? This card is saying, you know what? At this time in your life, it's time for that recognition and reward. So maybe the job you have right now, you can do better. You can make more money. You can have a higher position. Maybe that new career that you want to try is going to be fruitful and work out for you. Recognition and reward means it's time. You see this guy standing here, he's got the award around his neck. It's time for you to be seen for all of your hard work. It's time to be rewarded for all of your hard work. So if you've been wanting to get a promotion where you're currently at, talk to your boss about it. But first, spend time with yourself and decide what you really want. Very important. If you want to switch careers, I've been in this career for 20 years. It's time. I really want to have, let's just say, a farm with horses. It's that time. You deserve it. You worked hard. You saved your money. It's time to do that. I want to go back to school. I'm a nurse. I want to be a doctor. It's time for that. You worked hard as a nurse. It's time to move forward to get that recognition and reward. The card that came with it is listen. So listen. Directly, it relates back to the solitude card. So really, really key this week for you guys is finding time for yourself, just to really process everything that's going on in your mind, that itch you've been getting to try something new, do something new, to make a really big change in your life, something that's going to make a lot of impact, yet something you really deserve. Listen to that self-talk. Again, solitude, very important. Now, the third card that comes up, of course, doesn't look like a great card. Heartache and loss, coupled with reach out. Now, if we were talking about some other subject than what I've talked about so far, this card would have a different meaning. But what I feel for what this message is talking about, heartache and loss, you wouldn't be wanting this solitude to figure out your life to make this big impactful change if you weren't feeling some sort of loss, like your life wasn't complete, or that you needed change, or this heartache from going to a job every day that you don't enjoy, or not feeling respected, or that you're making a difference where you're working. So you can get a lot of heartache and loss in that. A lot of people will get depression or anxiety from being in a position that really just doesn't serve them. And that's difficult. Reach out. You know, you see this lady here sitting on all these hands. This is saying for you to really reach out. Reach out to your best friend and talk. Reach out to your spouse or your partner. Talk about it. Talk about how you're feeling. So although you have the solitude, this is for yourself, for you yourself to make your decisions about how you're going to move forward and to give your body, your mind, your soul a break. But it's also good to do this. Just, talk to somebody, to reach out to somebody. Let them know, you know what, I'm struggling. I got to make a change in my life. I don't know what it is. I'm thinking it's with my career. I just want to be happier. A lot of people now are searching for their soul's purpose. It's very popular. We're all, very much into wanting our soul to be happy because it gives us such huge fulfillment in our lives to have that happiness, knowing that we're doing our soul's purpose. So yeah, you don't want this heartache and loss feeling anymore, this depression or anxiety. So reach out. Only to those close to you. And again, remember, as I've said before, decisions, opinions, the only ones that really matter are yours. You're the one that makes the decision. Just let these people support you and give you some advice. You can take it or leave it. And if they love you, they understand that. Take it or leave it. Now, the angel card that comes with this message is interesting. Crystals. So it says, the energy of crystals supports you and helps you with your present situation. I could have a 2-hour talk just on crystals, but if you are somebody that's into crystals, very much carrying around certain crystals on your person can raise your energy, raise your vibration, bring you some happiness, help to get rid of the sadness, can bring you abundance, can bring you good luck and good fortune. Crystals can do a lot. So when you're going through this whole process of trying to make a big life change, if you're into it, crystals can definitely help. Carrying them around, holding them while you meditate, feeling the energy from them. Again, I could talk about crystals for a long time. I won't. But if this is something that speaks to you, definitely try it. All right, let's see what the next message is. Base chakra, coupled with believe and succeed. Intuition, coupled with moving on. And wisdom, coupled with seek. Just kind of sort of the same thing. And then we'll have our angel card at the end. Okay. In relation to what we just talked about, if we're talking about making that career change, job change, making that big change in our life that we need that solitude for, that we're tired of being sad about, we want to move forward and be happier and do something that serves our soul's purpose, this message will definitely relate to you. Base chakra, it's all about, oops, if you can see it, it's all about that safety and security that we are ingrained with when we are born. It's the chakra of feeling grounded, and that leads to feeling happy and fulfilled. This is also the card, for me at least, when I do readings, it's the card of being a provider for your family. So with the last message, we were talking about making this big change, but we're worried about this. We're worried about our safety and security. If I change careers and I don't make as much money right away, how is that going to affect my family? So that's a big part of the maybe heartache that goes into things. So this base chakra, it's about our survival. Yes, it's about that money, having a home, roof over your head, providing for your family. But the card that we got with it, believe and succeed. Believe in yourself, and you will have that success it is saying that if it's truly time for you to make this change or this choice that we talked about in the first message, you're going to be successful. But you have to believe. You can't think negatively. Of course, there's a lot that goes into making a decision. I can hear a lot of you right now, well, my husband or my wife wouldn't just like me to up and quit my job and start a new career with a horse farm. You know what? You're going to have to talk to them about it. But my feeling is if they believe in you and support you, you're going to have that success. Of course, you're going to think logically and realistically about things. I don't see any of you jumping up and making this decision without thinking it through. Again, that's where that solitude comes in. That's next card here is intuition coupled with moving on. This says, again, it's time. You have to follow your gut. Go with what your gut's telling you. Go with what your higher self is telling you. Listen to your guides. That's why we have it. Key. It's very key. If your gut is pushing you and you're seeing signs all day long, billboards saying classes starting now for if you want to go back to school, or you go on Facebook and you see an advertisement for a job that's just what you want. Those are all signs of, what are you doing? Hey, now it's time to make the decision. So follow your intuition. It's going to help you move on in the right direction. Third message here, which kind of wraps up the first two, or third set of cards, I should say, in this message. Wisdom and seek. Again, they're basically kind of the same thing. Wisdom, gaining the knowledge, seeking out a mentor, asking questions, doing research, do the work. Figure out, is really having a horse farm? Yes, that's what I want, but is it going to be profitable? What goes into that? So this is finding out everything you need to know about what it is you're wanting to do or what decision you're trying to make. You're going to get all the facts first, and I'm sure if you guys are being, again, logical and realistic about making a big change, that you're going to do this for sure. Maybe do too much of this. That's that whole, I don't know, part of the overthinking. But key, getting the wisdom, the facts, knowing what you have to look forward to, talking to people, finding a mentor, all of that, so that you can follow your gut and move forward and make that change and know it's still going to provide for yourself, for your family, because you believe and you know that you'll have that success. The angel card that goes with that we have is interesting. Books, how appropriate. Your life purpose involves writing, reading, editing, or selling spiritual-based books. Well, for the purpose of this message, I think books in general, that word just means knowledge. You see the lady here is reading a book. So again, finding the knowledge, doing the research, doing the work to make this positive change in your life. All right, and we have the last message for you for group 3 or deck 3 with the rose quartz. The last message. Throat chakra coupled with joy and stability. Partnerships and alliance coupled with lead. And crown chakra coupled with well-deserved reward. Crown chakra, well-deserved reward. Angel card we'll get to in a minute. Okay, so interestingly enough, this is the third message for you with this group of cards for this week. Throat chakra, all about communication, all about speaking your mind, all about not biting your tongue. Of course, when I say that, doesn't mean you're going to lash out and just say whatever the heck you want. Think about things before you speak. But communication is key. Communication is key this week, whether communicating through journaling and meditating and just sitting with your thoughts, still communication, or sitting with your spouse or partner or best friend, talking about what's going on. It's going to give you this feeling of stability, like this card says, joy and stability. It's going to put things into perspective. It's going to get that confusion out of your head, and either onto paper or when you talk to somebody, it's going to get that confusion and get rid of it. It's going to bring some joy and some clarity going forward that you can succeed with whatever it is you're wanting to do. Second card here. Partnerships and alliances with lead. I find this very interesting. It's like this is saying to you, partnerships and alliances, your best friend, your spouse. It could even be your kids. It could even be coworkers. It could even be your mentor. And it could even be your guides. It's saying don't discount those relationships. You know, they're kind of joining hands there. They're partnered. They're strong. They're your alliance. Count on them. Don't think you ever have to do anything alone. But at the same time, it's also saying, you know what? Take lead. Take control of your life. Do what you're really wanting to do. It can be done. You have the support. So go ahead and do it. Crown chakra, top of the head, our connection with the universe, connection with source. But I also feel it means, and basically this whole deck that we've had, that self-talk that you're going to go through when you have that solitude or time alone, that talk with the universe, the talk with yourself, your talk with your guides, whatever it is, this whole area here, really allowing it to open up, and through meditation especially, or communing with your guides. It's just really going to give you so much insight and support. Well-deserved reward. Again, I think this is just, again, reiterating, because I think we had the recognition and reward card back a little bit. It's saying, you know what? It's time. You've done the work. You deserve the reward. I think that is key. Keep telling yourself that. I've worked hard. I deserve this change in my life. And what is the angel card here? Interestingly enough, I think this is just a reaffirmation of what everything I just said. We pulled the crown chakra card again. Pay attention to your ideas, as they are messages from source. They are guidance sent to answer your prayers. So again, that whole crown chakra, connecting, being with your thoughts, listening to your gut, having that solitude, key. Overall, are you going to make this decision this week? Probably not, but you're sure going to make a lot of headway. So that was deck 3, the pink stone, the rose quartz. So again, this is my first time doing YouTube video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Of course, I'm going to watch this before I put it out to the public. Make sure I didn't make an ass of myself, but I don't think so. I think that the messages, everybody, if you chose a certain deck, that you're really going to be able to relate to it. I really hope you enjoyed it. Again, click, I believe it's like a little arrow where you can see a description of the video. I'm going to also have a special discount code for when you become a subscriber, or use this certain code to get a discount off of a reading. But you'll only see that if you click on the video, watch it, and of course subscribe. Again, like I said at the beginning, for the first group of subscribers for this video, so probably towards the end of the week, because I'll put this video out on Monday, I will choose somebody using random.org to win a reading as well. I will have a couple credits in the description for people that are always supporting me and helping me. And again, my first endeavor here, I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you have a wonderful week. Please feel free to leave me comments, constructive criticisms, things you think I should do, shouldn't do, talk louder, faster, slower, whatever it is. Let me know. I'm welcome to all ideas. Thank you. Have a great week.